try to review things in chronological order, not necessarily the release date of the compilation or re-release, but the date of the title when it originally came out. And fuck my brown dog, was this hard to find release dates for. So I have the PAL copy which contains both Fantastic Journey and Parodius Star. And since there were 3 Parodius titles released on the Saturn, it goes Parodius Star, which was 1990, Fantastic Parodius or Fantastic Journey, which was 1994, and they were both on this release in 1995. Then there was Sexy Parodius, which was November 1996, then Chatting Parodius, which was December 1996. It's pretty hard to review a game that doesn't take itself seriously. After all, the game's title comes from a hybrid of Gradius and parody, so all the weird shit that was loaded into this game is intentional. Konami released Gradius back in the 80s, which was an awesome game. You would have thought as a parody it would have been a once-off thing, and then everybody would have moved on with their lives. But like every comedy movie to ever exist that didn't bomb at the box office, there were sequels. And sometimes it did bomb at the box office, but we got a sequel anyway, because why the fuck not? But there is a huge difference apart from comparing games to movies. And that is the Parodius series is pretty damn good from start to finish, and it seems like every weird concept for a shoot 'em up has not been ignored. Presentation is pretty good, and in this package particularly, they did a good job of navigation, making it easy to get between each game. The in-game presentation is also pretty good. The difference between the two games in presentation is more or less negligible, with Fantastic Journey looking a little bit better and Parodius Star looking a little bit more sharp and poignant. Graphics in Parodius Star is pretty good for its time, and it hasn't aged badly. I mean, it hasn't aged that great either, but let's be honest. For a game that's 23 years old, it looks pretty damn good. The 4-year difference is very noticeable between Dar and Fantastic Journey, and I have a preference graphically, and overall for that matter, to the latter. I have very mixed feelings about the music. Sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it, but one thing's for sure, my copy must have a scratch on it as I get to a part where it would continually skip, but not always. Hardly the game's fault, as I bought it from some guy in Germany who should have kept better care of his games. I love the music because it suits the game, and at times, it's catchy without being intrusive. However, after hearing the same fucking song over and over and over, it was really starting to lose its appeal. I know most people wouldn't notice it too much, but I was feeling stressed that I was making zero headway on this game, and the songs taunt me while I sat there getting more and more pissed. One thing to also mention is that the game contains an extensive use of classical music and other well-known music in remixes. As far as the gameplay is concerned, I much prefer vertical to horizontal shoot 'em ups, but I really dig this game. I get with horizontal shoot 'em ups it fits much better with widescreens these days, but there's just something about a vertical that I prefer. The controls are responsive, and more to the point, it's the little things that impress me. Even things like the power-up system is really well thought out, even if it was stolen directly out of Gradius. You pick up power capsules, which increments the power meter that runs along the bottom of the screen, and you can select the upgrade you want. Pretty fucking sweet. Another great feature is the difficulty. It's linked to how powered up you are, so as you get better at the game and powered up sooner, the game cranks the challenge level up. Unfortunately, when you get hit once, you lose a life and all your power-ups, and you go back to one of the very few restart points. But I couldn't help but feel, while they were parodying Gradius like that it was such a good rip that it didn't secretly want to be as good, if not better than the original game it was ripping on. It was like, ooh, look at me, taking the piss. Please someone love me and remember me more than the original. I need this. I need you to love me! Replay value on a game like this is pretty good because not only do you have 2 titles in one, but the game is also fucking challenging. Not to mention the amount of characters to select from are plentiful. It took me hours over a few days to get good enough just to capture the footage. And even now as I'm trying to edit together gameplay, I'm still trying hard to find something that won't make me look any worse than I already do. But if this is your bag, then you'll definitely be coming back. Would I recommend this game? Absolutely. The different enemies are a refreshing take on the original. Even if you've played the original to death, I would still recommend getting this one too. I can appreciate the fact that I'm getting two games in one, and in their own right, they're both really good, especially as a parody. I wouldn't say that this is in my top 20 Saturn titles, but damn, it's a good game. As always, thank you very much for watching. Click on the TV to see the last review, and click on the name underneath the television if you'd like to subscribe.